Number one, when you give a response, only that person is talking, okay? We don't need comments from the rest of the peanut gallery. We can discuss this stuff, all right, in pretty great detail, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to do, but we want to be respectful of what other people are saying. Not everybody runs their house like you do, okay? Some parents may be more strict on certain things than your parents might be, and vice versa, okay? So keep that in mind, everybody runs their house differently. So let's be respectful, and we don't want to comment when somebody else is talking. Secondly, we don't need to shout. I understand that we're probably going to get kind of fired up about some of the things that we're talking about, and that's good. Okay, that means that we're going to have a good discussion, but again, we want to be respectful with the stuff that we're talking about. Okay? And thirdly, it comes back to the respect thing. We want to make sure that we're not hurting anybody else's feelings. Okay? Remember, just like I said with the first one, everybody runs their house differently, so something that Leilani does in her house may be very different than Josiah does. That doesn't make either of them wrong. Okay? It's just different. Okay? So with that said, let's take a look at number one. Do you believe parents should have all of the powers described in the Parents' Constitution? If not, which ones would you restrict? In 1 second. Sorry, guys. All right, so question one. Do you believe parents should have all of the powers described in the Parents' Constitution? If not, which ones would you restrict? All right. Michaela, go for it.
I do not believe that parents should have all the powers described in the Parents' Constitution.
Okay. Why?
Because the parents don't know how to see through children's eyes. So they would be more strict with other people.
Okay, so you're saying that maybe the parents have kind of lost touch of what it's like to be
A child.
a teenager in 2012? Okay, so then, and that's fine. So which one or which ones would you want them to restrict?
I would like to restrict 2, 3, 4, and 6.
2, the one about chores. 3, the one about socialize. You said 4 and 6. that money, right? Even though they're paying you, it's still your money because you work for it, so you should be able to spend it on whatever you want. Now, let me, and you guys can just answer by raising your hand. How many of you think maybe we need to define, because this is kind of what I was thinking, do we need to define what harmful items means? Just by a show of hands. How many of you by a show of hands think excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I said just by a show of hands. How many of you by a show of hands think we need to define what harmful items is, right? Because, I mean, you know, your book could be a harmful item if you use it the wrong way, right? Right, so, okay. So I think that's something that maybe if we were going to have a meeting with the parents who came up with this, maybe we should say, can you all tell us what you mean by harmful items? Okay, so that's, now let me just play, just to kind of get some discussion going here, let me play devil's advocate a little bit, okay? Devil's advocate means I'm going to intentionally go against what some of you were saying so that we can get some dialogue going. Okay? Different, all right? So we said that, let's see, I think everybody agreed that, number 4, parents shall have the power to ask children's questions and expect honest answers. So many of you said that you would like to restrict Article 4. Okay? A few of us said that we wanted to restrict Article 4. Here's my question to you. Why is it that you think that you should not have to give an honest answer to your parents? Why is it that you feel that you shouldn't always have to give an honest answer to your parents? Aries, go for it.
Well, I haven't.
Okay.
My mom did not like me hanging out with females whatsoever.
Okay.
So when I'm outside, I always hang out with females.
Okay.
I got a lot of females.
That's fine.
So when I come back inside
Excuse me.
when I come back inside the house, my mom says, "Where have you been?" I'm usually on my friend's porch talking to her, her little brother and her little sister, cracking jokes.
Okay.
I tell her I was at the park playing football with a bunch of people.
Alright. So really you're not doing anything that's all that terrible. It's more of like a little white lie just to keep everybody happy.
Nah, she just doesn't like me hanging out with women.
Fair enough. Cariel, why don't you share?
I think that you should have your parents an honest answer all the time because maybe that question to you is about your social life, and then if you answer honestly, they might try to get into your social life or ruin it or make your life.
Okay, so my question to you is then, and I have a feeling I know what everybody's answer is going to be to this, but I have to ask the question anyways. Don't your parents have a right to know what's going on in your life?
No.
No. All right. Okay. All right. Let's look at question 2. It says, how would you change the parents? Let me backtrack. Do any of you think that this parent constitution is just completely and 1,000% completely unfair?
Yes.
Or can you, let me finish the question. Or can you see reasons why parents would want to have stuff like this? Right?
No.
Right? Your parents' job is to keep you safe and to give you things that you need, right? Like food, water, a roof over your head, right? So let's, okay. So number 2 can lead us into that discussion that I think Clarence was getting at. How would you change the parent constitution to make it more fair to students? So when you cite which articles you're going to do, just give us a brief, synopsis of what that article says, and then tell us what you would do to change it. Okay, Nicolette, go for it.
Okay. I think I will make rule number 3 better
Okay.
because it says that parents shall have the power to know the government even if they social. That gonna make your kids antisocial, and then they gonna have no friends. And then they gonna
Okay.
suicide.
All right. Okay. So you're saying that if you're trying to promote family togetherness by interfering with social life, then it's going to make your son or daughter not have friends. All right. Fair enough. Tarab. weeks,